Have you ever wondered if sometimes our biggest flaws can turn into our greatest blessings? In the heart of Portland, Oregon, an extraordinary story unfolded that would change how we see imperfection forever. On a cold morning in March 2024, at the Hope's Haven Animal Shelter, a tale began that would touch countless hearts and teach us all about unconditional love. At Hope's Haven, the dedicated staff arrived early one morning to find their resident pregnant cat, Luna, had given birth overnight. Among her litter of 5 kittens, 4 were perfectly formed bundles of joy. But the smallest one, an orange tabby with unusual markings, was visibly different. His spine was severely twisted, creating an S shape along his back, and his rear legs seemed frozen in an awkward position. Sarah Martinez, the shelter's lead veterinary technician, immediately noticed something special about the deformed kitten. Despite his obvious physical challenges, his eyes shone with an intensity that seemed to pierce right through to your soul. While his siblings mewed softly, his voice rang out strong and clear, as if announcing to the world that he was here to stay. Days turned into weeks, and Sarah watched as the tiny fighter, whom she'd named Leo, refused to let his condition define him. Though he couldn't walk properly, he developed his own unique way of moving, a combination of dragging, hopping, and determination. His siblings would bound effortlessly around their enclosure, but Leo never showed signs of giving up or self-pity. The shelter staff worked tirelessly to give Leo the best chance at life. They created special exercises to help strengthen his muscles, fashioned makeshift support devices for his spine, and spent extra hours providing him with the attention and care he needed. Through it all, Leo's purr remained constant, like a small engine of hope running on pure willpower. As adoption day approached, Sarah's heart grew heavy. She had seen this scenario play out too many times before. Potential adopters would visit, immediately drawn to the playful kittens, only to pass by Leo's cage with pitying glances or uncomfortable murmurs. His siblings found homes quickly, each one leaving Leo a little more alone in his enclosure. Local veterinarians warned that Leo's care would be expensive and lifelong. He would need regular physical therapy, possible surgeries, and specialized equipment to help him move around. The shelter began sharing his story on social media, hoping to find someone who could see past his physical limitations to the extraordinary spirit within. The world started to take notice of Leo's story. Local news picked it up, and soon the shelter's social media posts were flooded with comments of support and encouragement. Yet, despite the attention, no one stepped forward to give Leo a forever home. The questions always centered around the cost and commitment of caring for a special needs cat. In downtown Portland, Emma Chen sat at her desk in a luxurious office building, scrolling through her morning news feed. As personal assistant to Michael Davidson, one of the city's most successful tech entrepreneurs, she was always on the lookout for anything that might interest her unique employer. Michael, blind since childhood, had built his empire by seeing possibilities where others saw limitations. Emma had been tasked with finding a companion for Michael, who spent long hours alone in his penthouse apartment. When she came across Leo's story, something clicked in her mind. She knew her boss had a special way of understanding the world, one that went beyond physical appearances or limitations. That evening, as she read Leo's story to Michael, she noticed a change in his usually composed demeanor. He sat forward in his chair, listening intently as she described the kitten's determination and spirit. For the first time in years, Emma saw genuine emotion cross her employer's face. The next morning, Michael's driver pulled up to Hope's Haven. The staff was stunned to see the famous millionaire in their modest facility. Michael, impeccably dressed in a tailored suit, walked confidently with his white cane, asking to meet the kitten everyone had deemed unadoptable. Sarah brought Leo to the meeting room, her heart racing with hope. The moment Leo was placed on the table, something magical happened. Instead of shying away, the kitten immediately hobbled toward the sound of Michael's voice, purring loudly. Without hesitation, he climbed onto Michael's lap, as if he knew this was exactly where he belonged. Michael's hands gently explored Leo's twisted form, feeling the curved spine and malformed legs. But instead of pity, his face showed understanding. "Sometimes," he said softly, "our greatest challenges become our greatest gifts." In that moment, everyone in the room knew they were witnessing something extraordinary. Two souls, each considered broken by society, recognizing their own strength in each other. The first weeks in Michael's penthouse presented unexpected challenges. Leo would often get lost in the vast space, his cries echoing through empty rooms as he struggled to navigate. His twisted legs made simple tasks like reaching his water bowl or litter box a monumental effort. The board members and business associates who visited Michael's home office couldn't hide their judgment. During meetings, Leo's awkward movements and occasional accidents became a source of whispered conversations. Some board members even suggested that Michael's decision to adopt a disabled kitten showed poor judgment. Nights became particularly challenging as Leo suffered from muscle spasms in his deformed legs. Michael would spend hours sitting beside him, gently massaging the cramped muscles, both of them finding comfort in each other's presence. The bond between them grew stronger, even as the challenges mounted. Emma watched with growing concern as Michael's professional life began to suffer. He started missing important meetings to attend Leo's veterinary appointments, and his usually impeccable focus seemed divided. The board of directors began questioning his commitment to the company. Leo's medical expenses quickly mounted into thousands of dollars. Each specialist consultation brought new complications. His spine was deteriorating faster than expected, and his mobility was declining. The prognosis became increasingly uncertain, leaving Michael to face difficult decisions. The breaking point came during a crucial investor meeting at Michael's home. Leo, attempting to reach Michael, knocked over an expensive vase, creating chaos during a key presentation. The incident sparked a heated board discussion about Michael's priorities and judgment. Michael's sister Jennifer, concerned about his reputation, suggested finding a specialized facility for Leo. "You're risking everything you've built," she warned during a tense family dinner. "The board is losing confidence, and your judgment is being questioned." The pressure mounted as Leo's condition worsened. His pain became more frequent, and traditional treatments seemed less effective. The veterinarians suggested experimental procedures, but the success rates were discouragingly low. Local media, once celebrating the heartwarming adoption story, began running articles questioning whether a blind CEO could properly care for a disabled pet. The public scrutiny added another layer of stress to their already challenging situation. Michael's company stocks began to fluctuate as rumors spread about his distraction from business matters. Investors expressed concerns about his emotional involvement with a lost cause, suggesting it reflected poor decision-making skills. Emma noticed Michael's increasing isolation. Many of his friends stopped visiting, uncomfortable with Leo's condition and Michael's devotion to him. The once bustling penthouse became eerily quiet, filled only with the sound of Leo's labored movements. The veterinarians delivered another blow. Leo's spine was compressing his nerves, causing increasing pain. Without risky surgery, his quality of life would continue to deteriorate. The procedure's cost was astronomical, with no guarantee of success. One particularly difficult night, as Michael sat alone in his office after another challenging board meeting, he heard Leo's painful cries from across the penthouse. The weight of all the judgments, criticisms, and challenges seemed overwhelming. Just as Michael began questioning his decision, he felt Leo's familiar weight against his leg. Despite his pain, the kitten had dragged himself across the penthouse, seeking out his beloved owner. In that moment, Michael realized that sometimes the hardest choices require the most courage to maintain. Michael faced the most crucial decision of his life as Leo's condition reached a critical point. The experimental surgery would cost over $500,000 with only a 30% chance of success. The board had issued an ultimatum: either step down as CEO or surrender Leo to a specialized facility. The weight of this decision kept him awake for 3 straight nights. Emma discovered groundbreaking research from a veterinary hospital in Switzerland that had successfully treated similar cases. The procedure combined innovative surgical techniques with stem cell therapy, offering hope where there seemed to be none. However, the treatment would require Michael to temporarily relocate to Europe, potentially jeopardizing his position at the company. During a tense emergency board meeting, Michael stood before his critics with unwavering resolve. He shared his own story of overcoming blindness, building a company from nothing, and learning that limitations only exist in the mind. His passionate speech about Leo's impact on his life and leadership philosophy left the room in stunned silence. News of Michael's decision to pursue Leo's treatment spread rapidly through social media. Unexpectedly, the story resonated deeply with people worldwide. A crowdfunding campaign, launched by shelter volunteers, went viral, raising awareness about special needs pets and their profound impact on human lives. Local tech companies rallied behind Michael, publicly supporting his decision and offering partnerships that would allow him to manage the company remotely during Leo's treatment. The board members who had opposed him found themselves facing public backlash, forcing them to reconsider their position. The preparation for Leo's surgery became a symbol of hope for many. Families with disabled children and pets began visiting the shelter where Leo was found, inspired by Michael's dedication. The shelter reported a surge in special needs pet adoptions, each one a testament to the ripple effect of their story. Michael scheduled the surgery for early spring, coordinating with specialists across 3 continents. The procedure would involve reconstructing Leo's spine using revolutionary biotechnology and implementing a rehabilitation program specifically tailored to his unique condition. The risks were significant, but the potential rewards were life-changing. A documentary crew approached Michael, interested in sharing their journey with the world. Through their lens, people witnessed the extraordinary bond between a blind millionaire and his disabled kitten. The footage of their daily struggles and triumphs touched hearts and changed perspectives about both human and animal disabilities. Support poured in from unexpected places. Veterinary schools offered to document Leo's case for research, medical equipment companies donated specialized devices, and airlines arranged private transportation to Switzerland. The story had sparked a movement larger than anyone could have anticipated. Jennifer, Michael's sister, finally understood the magnitude of her brother's vision. She organized a foundation in Leo's name, dedicated to supporting special needs pet adoptions and providing resources for their care. Her change of heart represented the transformative power of love and understanding. The night before their departure for Switzerland, Michael sat in his favorite chair, Leo purring contentedly in his lap. He reflected on how this tiny, broken kitten had not only changed his life, but had become a catalyst for changing countless others. The challenges ahead were daunting, but they would face them together. Through careful preparation and countless hours of consultation, the medical team developed a comprehensive treatment plan. They would strengthen Leo's muscles before surgery, using innovative physical therapy techniques never before attempted on felines. The world watched and waited as they prepared for a procedure that could revolutionize veterinary medicine. As Michael boarded his private jet with Leo securely in his special carrier, he received news that the board had unanimously voted to support his temporary absence. The company's stock had actually risen since he announced his plans, with investors inspired by his demonstration of compassionate leadership. The media dubbed their story The Millionaire and the Miracle Cat, but for Michael and Leo, it was simply about 2 souls who refused to be defined by their limitations. As they flew toward their uncertain future, their story had already begun transforming lives across the globe. The surgery in Switzerland lasted for 14 intense hours, with a team of 12 specialists working meticulously to reconstruct Leo's spine. Innovative biotechnology developed specifically for this case allowed them to create a flexible support structure that would grow with Leo. The procedure exceeded all expectations, with the lead surgeon declaring it a breakthrough in veterinary medicine. Michael waited anxiously throughout, his fingers moving constantly over his braille reader as updates came in. The first week of recovery proved excruciating for both Leo and Michael. Leo's pained cries echoed through the private recovery suite, breaking Michael's heart with each sound. The medical team worked around the clock, adjusting pain medications and monitoring vital signs for any complications. Physical therapists began gentle exercises to prevent muscle atrophy, while Michael never left Leo's side, sleeping in a chair and eating only when Emma insisted. Gradually, signs of improvement began to emerge that amazed even the most experienced veterinarians. Leo's nerve responses showed significant enhancement, and X-rays revealed the innovative spine support was integrating perfectly with his natural bone structure. The stem cell treatment began regenerating damaged tissue at an unprecedented rate. Most remarkably, Leo's fighting spirit remained unbroken, his purr becoming stronger with each passing day. Back in Portland, Michael's company flourished under his remote leadership, with board members noting that his handling of Leo's situation had actually improved their public image. Stock prices reached record highs as investors recognized the value of compassionate leadership. The foundation Jennifer established had already helped fund surgeries for 20 other special needs animals, creating a ripple effect of positive change across the country. The documentary crew captured every moment of Leo's recovery, sharing weekly updates that captivated millions worldwide. Social media erupted with support as Leo took his first unassisted steps, his legs now strong enough to support his weight. The footage of Michael feeling Leo's progress through gentle touches, his face lighting up at each new achievement, moved viewers to tears and inspired countless adoptions of special needs pets. Week 6 of recovery marked a turning point that would be remembered in veterinary history. Leo demonstrated not just normal movement, but exceptional agility for any cat, let alone one with his previous condition. The innovative spine support allowed for full range of motion while maintaining stability. Videos of Leo running, jumping, and playing spread across the internet, becoming symbols of hope for families facing similar challenges. The medical team documented every aspect of Leo's groundbreaking treatment, preparing research papers that would revolutionize veterinary care for animals with spinal deformities. Universities worldwide began incorporating the new techniques into their curricula, ensuring that Leo's legacy would benefit countless animals for generations to come. The success rate for similar procedures skyrocketed as the medical community embraced these innovations. Emma noticed profound changes in Michael upon their return to Portland. His leadership style evolved to become more intuitive and compassionate, inspiring loyalty and creativity throughout his organization. The board members who had once questioned his judgment now sought his advice on incorporating social responsibility into their business practices. His story became a case study in business schools about balancing professional success with personal values. Local shelters reported a complete shift in public perception regarding special needs pets. Applications for adopting animals with disabilities increased by 300% nationwide. The term Leo effect was coined to describe the phenomenon of people choosing pets that others overlooked, recognizing that perceived imperfections often mask extraordinary potential. Support groups formed, connecting families who had adopted special needs pets and creating communities of understanding and resources. The penthouse underwent a remarkable transformation, with Michael installing innovative features that allowed Leo to explore every corner safely and independently. Custom-built ramps, padded platforms, and interactive play areas created an environment where Leo's newfound abilities could flourish. The space became a testament to the possibilities that open up when limitations are viewed as opportunities for innovation. Michael established a permanent partnership between his tech company and veterinary research institutions, dedicating significant resources to advancing medical care for animals with disabilities. The collaboration led to breakthroughs in prosthetics, treatment protocols, and rehabilitation techniques. Annual grants funded promising research projects, ensuring that financial constraints would never prevent similar innovations from reaching animals in need. Time seemed to stop in those precious moments when Michael and Leo would rest together after a long day. The once broken kitten now moved with grace and confidence, often curling up in Michael's lap while he worked. Their bond had deepened through their shared journey, transcending their physical limitations to create something truly extraordinary. Visitors to the penthouse often remarked on the palpable connection between them, noting how they seemed to communicate without words or sight. As seasons changed and Leo continued to thrive, their story inspired an international movement celebrating the extraordinary potential within every living being. Schools invited Michael and Leo for special presentations about overcoming adversity, while corporate leaders sought Michael's insight on compassionate leadership. The foundation expanded its reach globally, establishing networks of support for special needs animals and their adoptive families across continents. Veterinary journals published extensive studies about Leo's case, documenting not just the medical breakthroughs, but also the psychological aspects of his recovery. Research showed that the unwavering bond between Michael and Leo had played a crucial role in the success of the treatment. The findings emphasized the importance of emotional support in medical outcomes, leading to new protocols that incorporated bonding time as an essential component of recovery plans. Leo's story became a beacon of hope that transformed countless lives across the globe. The foundation they established had helped over 500 special needs animals find loving homes, while the medical breakthroughs from his surgery revolutionized veterinary care worldwide. Their journey proved that what others see as broken might just be waiting for the right perspective to shine. Michael's leadership style reshaped corporate culture far beyond his own company, inspiring a new generation of executives to embrace compassion alongside profit. The documentary of their story won multiple awards and was incorporated into veterinary school curricula, teaching future professionals about the importance of seeing potential where others saw limitations. Their impact extended into policy changes, with several states passing laws to protect and support special needs pet adoptions. Leo, now a symbol of resilience, spent his days bringing joy to children's hospitals and rehabilitation centers. His presence offered comfort to patients facing their own physical challenges, while Michael's story provided hope to their families. Together, they showed that the strongest bonds often form between those society deems imperfect, proving that love sees with the heart rather than the eyes. The breakthrough treatment developed for Leo became standard practice in veterinary hospitals worldwide, saving thousands of animals who would have otherwise been euthanized. Research centers dedicated to advancing special needs animal care opened on 3 continents, all bearing Leo's name and continuing his legacy of transforming perceived limitations into possibilities. Their story continued to inspire new innovations in both animal and human medical care. Years later, Michael would often sit in his favorite chair, Leo purring contentedly in his lap, reflecting on their extraordinary journey. What began as a story of a blind millionaire and an unwanted kitten had evolved into a global movement of compassion and understanding. Their legacy lived on in every special needs animal given a chance at life, and in every person who learned to see beyond physical limitations to the extraordinary spirit within. Their story proved that sometimes the most broken paths lead to the most beautiful destinations. The unwanted kitten and the blind millionaire had not just found each other. They had changed the world's perception of what was possible when love and determination overcame fear and judgment. Together, they had written a new chapter in the story of what it means to be perfectly imperfect.